Hello, everyone. Every day, life seems to become more and more challenging. We hear of so much things happening around the world, from natural disasters like floods and earthquakes, tsunamis, that's been happening, wars. So we know that there's things going on in the Middle East and Russia and Ukraine. So much dissatisfaction and intolerance happening. And we've got economic crisis and collapses that's happening, electricity crisis, water shortages. The list goes on and on. I'm from Cape Town in South Africa. And in South Africa, we've got violent crimes on the rise. The murder rate is high, sexual offenses and robbery. It's just right up there. We hear of gangsters that are having fights here in Cape Town, or wars really. Every day, news reports are going out about bodies being found. On top of that, we've got identity crisis happening. People don't know who they are anymore. There's so much confusion. Social media platforms just exposes so much. If you're too real, you could be isolated and cancelled. Then you sit with the scourge of loneliness. People are getting depressed, and there's a rise in suicides. A pretty morbid picture. But we do have hope. We are starting a podcast called Take Heart. And Take Heart is born out of John 16:33. Jesus says to his disciples, "I've told you these things so that you may have peace. In this world, you will have trouble or trials and sorrow. But take heart or take courage, like in some of the other versions of the Bible. I have overcome this world." So we get to be operating from a place of victory. If you have Jesus, you would have received his Holy Spirit, and that power that raised Jesus from the dead now lives inside of you. And so we can be overcomers. The podcast is going to illuminate and highlight stories of people that have had real life challenges, ordinary people, and how they've survived that, how they've overcome, or is in the process of overcoming. They haven't given up. They are standing firm and still fighting the good fight. In fact, when Jesus was talking to his disciples in that week leading up to his crucifixion, he said to Peter, in fact, "The devil has asked me, Satan has asked me to sift you." And he then addresses the disciples and he tells them that. So we are now his disciples living in this time, 2025, and the sifting is still going on. Satan asked, can he sift Jesus' disciples to separate the wood from the chaff, or the sheep from the goats? So basically, we know that we are going to be facing challenges and we will be sifted. But we have Jesus and we can overcome. We are called to be courageous and to stand up for justice despite the circumstances. We're going to start with one of the major issues in South Africa, which is gender-based violence and the abuse of women and children specifically, and how they got through it, how they survived their circumstances. What about those people that can't talk, that don't have a voice? How can we be their voice? They call out almost like an alarm from either beyond the grave, because they're gone, or they're stuck in such terrible and dire circumstances that they're afraid to even say anything. Can we be an encouragement to them? Can we be a voice for those voiceless people? I feel it is our duty that we've got to stand up and we've got to answer that call. I will be your host, Lucy Leonard. I want us to talk about it. I want us to know and believe that we can overcome. I hope to see you soon. Bye.